Hey, what's up? I really like these samples I made. That was all live. I was changing the patches with the mouse, um, and I got a stuck MIDI note right there at the end. So that's why that last note rung out so long. But these are samples that I made using that Casio SK-1. Um, so basically turning those sounds into stuff with more reverb, a little bit more expressive. So that's sample and SK-1 over here. Pretty much the same sound with reverb. But I thought I'd drop in today to show off some of these sounds and talk about how I made them, and maybe we could make one on the stream as well all together. I fucked up. I didn't prepare the session for that. But if that ends up being where we go, then so be it. So let's just dive in right now. I've got also Infected. I see that he liked the new angle. I spent like 2 hours on OBS today. So I've got this. I've got this. I've got this, which I think is actually pretty cool. So the keyboard as an overlay to replace the mixer. I've got this, which isn't going to be used today, but it's kind of cool. It's a bit grainy because this camera is not super mega HD, but is what it is. And then this is the new camera. I got a document camera, like HD document camera, and it's like I can't even reach it. It's really far away. But yeah, this is like some Davey 504 shit. I'm a real YouTuber. Anyway, let's dive into the regular Reaper with the mixer open. Actually, you know what? Let's do it with the keyboard because I'm going to be jumping around here. I have these set in the right-click menu on the record. You can set to automatic record around when track selected. So if I hold Shift or Control, I can arm groups of them, which can be really useful. So if I want just the whistle and the voice, I can Control click them and have them together. There's a subtle delay in the mic. Interesting. The mic is only going through Reaper. So that's an interesting problem. And I think I have an idea of what it might be, but I don't see that problem existing. Yikes. Okay. Well, if it's unbearable, I can troubleshoot it, but I think it's probably the result of all the plugins running. Could be the result of like this. Is that better? Maybe that's better. That feels weird in the headphones. It sounds a little bit drier, but anyway, we'll see what happens. So anyway, this list on the left here is all of the samples. It's all of my sampler instruments that I made with the SK-1, all loaded into their own tracks. These are available for download. I think I was clever enough to remember to put the link in the description during the stream, but maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We will see. But these are all the things that I sampled. These are my 3 favorite patches on the actual SK-1, stock patches. Brass ensemble, pipe organ. This one, I added a little bit of delay and reverb. Hope you don't mind. Compare that to this. I just think it's incredible. My favorite sound out of the stock sounds on the SK-1 was that pipe organ with reverb and delay on it. So I just made that the stock. If you have the full version of Contact, you can take that off. If you have the player, then you're stuck with my settings, which are objectively, wait, I need to learn how to use this, which are objectively better, right? So there's no arguments there. So this is the pipe organ with the reverb and delay, the flute, which is kind of a nice lead sound. This pluck, which came from a guitar. This is really similar to the sound that I was using last week in my stream. My sustain pedal was stuck. This one I'm going to play the keys really hard too. I'm going to turn my voice off for a second. That's one of my favorites. Harmonic. This is a guitar harmonic. I like that one a lot. I haven't used it yet for anything, but I'm going to use it for something. This is my voice going like, ah, ah. So, the cool thing about a voice sample is that if you combine a few voice samples, so I've got a voice, another voice, and scream and a whistle. If you take all the voice ones and combine them, you end up with kind of a cool like demon choir, Casio choir. Totally delightful. This is a toy piano, just like a Kinderklavier regular kids piano. I have it looping. I thought it was really cool as a looping sound. It's got a long release so that you can still hear it the same way it would sound on the SK-1, which doesn't loop the samples most of the time. There's a loop button on it, and I don't like the looping on the SK-1. It's okay, but I like the looping on Contact more, and it gets a little bit grimier, so... But that distortion that the SK-1's adding is so, so cool. Hey, what's up, Esco Planet? And Dungeon Spirit, didn't say hi to you. Let's see what I've got here. Love a good reverb. Voice sounds better. Okay, good. I'm glad the voice is working. Organ sounds. I am not familiar with Asgore. I need to check that artist out. And yeah, some of those plucks are like kind of medieval sounding, and the flute too. I think I like it a lot. And I am going to totally try to make some proper old school DS with some of these. I'm excited to try that. This is the regular toy piano, and this is noisy toy piano. The thing about toy pianos is that they have this collection of like little jingly bits in them, and those jingly bits rattle around a lot. So I looped that rattling around, and it's a very delightful for sound design. Listen to this on a really low note on the keyboard. It's like, ugh. It's a really cool transient, I think, and you can combine that with something like the like a really creepy sound, like the whistle's pretty good, and you get the transient of the toy piano with that gross noisy bit, and then like a pitch sound like a whistle. You get something like this. I think that can be a really delightful approach. And the piano sounds like a glockenspiel bell kit. Yeah, it's the same idea, except that you're playing it. It's like a regular piano where the keys strike a chime. They strike a chime instead of using a hammer or what do you use on a mallet to strike a chime. So. Yeah, same idea as a glockenspiel. I originally got into toy pianos because I was looking for alternatives to glockenspiels, and I just kind of fell in love with them. Had a band with them. We had like a I went to UCSD. I studied music at UCSD, and UCSD has a toy piano collection, which is cool. They do like a toy piano concert. Really delightful. Small piano. SMOL piano. This one's coolest. This is the ultimate mega sound. Only I would put this through a Casio SK-1. It is a Moog, like, reso bass sound. And I have it looping, back and forth looping. So it's just fucking wild. And it actually gets pretty musical. And the cool thing about that is that so much of that washy, crazy, spacey stuff is high frequency information that you can give it like one of these evil pluck sounds, and you get this really like focused sound. And if you blend that in, or even if you filter this out, let's see here. I could throw a filter on here. You know what? I'll do it without. I won't use it. I won't use contact for that sound. I'll use an EQ just to get rid of some of this high frequency. Just imagine this is any filter. So if that high frequency wash of noise is too much for you, you can just filter it out, and I love that. These are samples from my Mellotron. You can't do samples without Mellotron flutes. What is it? Something like that. I'm not sure if that's the right key, but Mellotron flutes, classic sound, reverb, delay, just magic. They sound like a Casio though. It's like, how do you get Mellotron flutes to sound like a Casio? You just put it through a Casio. Mellotron Celeste. I really, this is one of my favorite sounds on the Mellotron, and it couldn't sound less like the Mellotron sound. I should show you the sample that I'm using. Let's see here. Give me a second here. I think this is really important. I should make a preset for this. I think I'm input 7. That's the sample. Just to give you an idea of how much the Casio just damages the audio quality. Mellotron vibes. There's like some non-zero crossings in the sample loop. The samples on the Casio are very short, so there's very little I could do about that without putting an extra 1,000 years of time into it. And I like them. I actually like those non-zero crossings and weird clips and clicks and stuff. They remind me of playing an old record. Hey, Infected. Oh, you tried installing it again and it's still saying it's made in a newer version? That's weird. Did you update and reinstall, or did you install the newest version of Contact Player? Because I guess like my first suspicion is that perhaps it was you updated Contact Player 5, and I think these are in Contact 6. One of my friends tried them and confirmed that they do open. I don't know what version of Contact this is. Contact 6, I think. But maybe we can troubleshoot that on Discord later on. Okay, live voice. This is a voice. I made this sample on livestream last week. It's got this weird dip in the pitch that I think just works really well in combination with other sounds. It's glitchy and evil sounding. Ooh. Oh yeah. What's up, Colin? Just showing some of these sounds, going through the laundry list of the sounds that I made. This one's great. This is the scream from stream last week. I did like kind of a sound. It sounds great as a lead. Just like you can't recreate these transients that this thing makes. It's really cool. Oh. Okay. Can't do Dungeon Synth without an anvil. I decided to make the anvil sample since I have an anvil sample on my Bandcamp. This is the one from my Bandcamp. You can resample the anvil the same way I've done it before. I can link you to those videos if you can't find them. I decided to make the anvil sort of a quick sound. Listen to how like there's so much weird aliasing stuff. This is the most Dungeon Synth sound you could possibly get. It's a recording of an anvil. Making like a dungeon pluck. Combine that with the harmonic. Love it. Okay. This is where we get to the really fun stuff. This pink ones are percussion instruments and sound design. Tambourine. Unbelievable, right? This is a burp. We had to do the burp. If you need a monster sound, it's a good sound effect. It's literally just me burping. Sounds disgusting. Here's me gargling. Okay, here's some dungeon drums. Just so you don't confuse them with the sound of my microphone, I'm going to mute my mic. Anyway, those are the drum sounds. I really love these drum sounds. I think they turned out really cool. And they pitch shift nicely too. Like little timbales up there and almost like a Dungeon Synth, like old school bass drum kind of a sound, timpani. This one sounds good as that timpani. It's got a nice pitched vibe. And this is just my keyboard. I kept clicking the sample button and it's like kind of a cool drum sound. Figured having a few other percussion instruments would be good. Finally, last but not least, This cup sounds really good. I love this cup. Hi-hats. Anyway, that's all the sounds. So I was thinking maybe we could make a song with it, or make some more samples. I don't know. What are we thinking? Who's in the chat? Let me check out the chat. Yeah, for these samples are off the Casio. I made them running other stuff through them mostly. Only a few of them are from the actual sounds of the Casio. The generic Casio sounds are pretty uninspiring, I think. Especially like the worst of them is the piano. Really not a fan of it, but maybe I'll sample that out if we want that. But overall, I mostly just used it as a signal processor. I guess I could show the Casio. Why am I not showing the Casio? So, let's see, brass ensemble. Oh, where's brass ensemble here? So, a little bit of reverb, stuff like that. Let me just go through the rest of these comments. I missed a bunch of them here. Okay, service postage in my country. Oh, cool. Dungeon Spirit Loves Elminster. It's a good album. Oh, and Infected, you got it to work. Awesome. That's great. And complete reinstall fixed it. Awesome. That's good. If anyone's just joining now, these samples that I'm playing are on my website. I linked to them in the description of the video, and they're free download. So just go have fun with them. They should work in the newest version of Contact Player. If you have full version of Contact, even better, you can adjust the sounds. Let's see here. Love these drums. I do too. I'm just gonna use them for everything. I agree, especially like some of these would be really good for industrial music. Like those, this one, really nice and creepy. Okay, you love the shitty piano. I didn't sample this one either. Should I sample the piano and the trumpet? I guess I could sample all of these. We'll see. And yeah, I really like the idea of making like old school Dungeon Synth with some of this stuff. But for now, we're gonna either make a song with the samples, or we're going to make some more samples. Maybe I could make a sample instrument in Contact if people are interested in seeing that. I feel like that's such a boring behind the scenes thing that maybe it's not worth it. So I'm going to start making a song, and if everyone can yell at me in the chat if they think that I should be making like a sample instrument instead. Let's do something like that. I'm going to start with the drum beat. Okay, it's a start. Let's do this, and let's see if we can make some other stuff happen. Oops, I'm still not used to this workflow. I like it for this particular project, but not for most of my projects. Let's do this. Try I think this loop here is the best one. I'm gonna use this one. Guess I need to ditch that piece. Let's see how this feels. Okay, that's working for me. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's look at the mixer here and see what I've got going on. Oops, cancel that. I'm gonna quantize these bad boys. Okay, and I've got a drum beat now. Let's loop that a couple times and throw on some of these two together. Let's see what this feels like. That's pretty cool. We're doing that as a loop. I think we're doing a loop. Let's do this. And throwing some bass notes on here. I love this one. Where are you? Pluck. This is the bass note of choice. And I forgot to loop this one. Let's just do this. Pipe organ. Okay. Pluck. I think I did I can't remember the chord progression. Okay. A bit overwhelming. We can live with it. I've been recording on that the whole time. Live with that. Okay. Let's us make this happen. Okay. Oh man, everyone in here knows each other. Halftime the cymbal thing. Halftime the speed. Catching a stream live. What is this? Damn. Hey. There is no good harp on this. And you know what? Maybe I should make a harp sample. Because the thing about it that's cool, the reason this Casio is a cool instrument is because it's a sampler. So what if I just sample a crappy harp from Contact or Expand and then run it through the Casio? Let's do that. In the meantime, though, let's see what I've got here. Some mixing real quick here. I think I agree with Infected about this being too often. Just ditch a bunch of these. See how that feels. These are still feeling a bit quiet, so I'm going to actually, I feel like they're just not punching through the way I would want them to in a big sounding thing like this. I'm going to use transient controller on this. I don't feel like dealing with compressors. Let's just give it a bunch of attack. See how that feels. Yeah, it slaps now. Slaps. That's what this is for, right? Slaps. Oh. Okay. I'm loving that idea of the harp, though. Let's see if we can figure out how to make a harp sound. I'm going to risk losing the live stream by opening my sample making session. Which one is it? Okay. And we're back, and we have that weird reverb again. So hopefully everyone can still hear me. So what did I come here to do again? Oh yeah, harp. Let's see if we can find a harp. We will use Contact Factory Library. Oh, you know what? Let's use like a PCM harp instead. Expand strings. I don't know where strings are. Where's harps? There should be a search function in this. Wouldn't that be great if you could just like... What if it worked? No, doesn't work. Okay. Strings. Soft harp. Final Fantasy Tactics vibes. So Casio SK-1 likes... can we see both now? We can sort of see both. I just got a new camera, so I'm exploring these OBS angles and stuff like that. We've got a little bit of trash over there, but anyway. Oh, we don't have the harp itself though. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We can do this. Okay. So Casio SK-1 wants to sample an A, basically. So I want to give it a low A, because what happens if we resample stuff is, see how these high frequency notes like have the same amount of crap up here as the low frequency notes? Like all that information exists because the audio range is like 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, and these low notes are going to have a better representation of the whole audio range. So if we're resampling stuff, we're going to have more resolution if we sample a low note. So that's why I'm going to sample a low note, and I need to sample an A. So I'm going to solo this. I have no fucking clue why I sampled it that long. The other thing, the Casio only samples like like a second or two of the sound. What's up, Alden? Good to see you in here. Did you see my Facebook or Instagram story? I feel like no one comes in here from my Instagram, but that's the only place I would imagine you to come from. You all like the you like the face zoom. That scene is called Francis Extreme Close-Up Lols. So Casio is not on. Why isn't it on? Why? Oh, it's muted, huh? Cool. Good. Sample mode. And we're going to sample output 7. So output 7 is feeding into the Casio's microphone input, if that's unclear what's happening there. So both these soloed, and let's just okay. That might work now. Maybe the input's a little bit hot. I might do it again with turning it down to a lower volume. I also think I want to sample a higher pitch, because I forgot that we need, you know, low notes, high notes, whatever. So take 2, go down to like -6 or something like that, and try it again. Why is it not working? Okay. Let's hear that. It's got like an internal microphone that's picking up my keyboard, so I'm going to use the play button instead from over here. Okay. That's sounding pretty good now. The transient's all wrong. Starts a little bit late. Keep the crunch. You want me to leave the crunch? You like the crunch? I've got all these other crunchy things. No harp, plenty of harp. Bass seems amazing. Herp. Harp, a herp, a herp. I need to do it again. There's so much delay from when the sound starts. I'm so limited in how long the sample is that I really need to make sure it starts right at the beginning. That's the other worst part about the Casio, is that you have to like press the second you press the sample button, you're in business. So there's no waiting. Okay, let's try that. That's it. That's the one. Okay. We're going to record the Casio now. This is the reason I don't do sample library creation live streams. This is what it entails. So I'm sampling every like third note, and I'm noticing that the pitch shift algorithm on the Casio, I did that wrong. Shit. Is essentially stretching the samples to fit. So I'm not going to lose much of anything by using the same sample for every third one. I had one extra that I didn't mean to have. Yeah, it's that one. Delete that. And pull these down to the land of the, why is this not working? Harp. I mean, herp. Right? I gotta call it the herp. Okay, so now I separate these. I'm just using tab to S to split. And I guess these should probably be over here. Next step is just clean these up. Make this really big. How much am I missing here? Oh, it's missing kind of a lot. That sucks. Let's just do this. Do this. I'm just gonna clean these samples up real fast. Get that edge. Oh yeah, missing kind of a lot. Do a little fade in on all of them. A little fade out on all of them. Then I need to name them, which is really annoying. Wow, chat is lit over here. What's up, everyone? Thanks for coming in here. Thanks for hanging out. Saturation like that. Yeah, the year is 1992, and it never won't be. I was 5 years old in 1992. Message retracted. Riley, what did you put? Putting pouring links in the chat again. Let's see here. I think I have links disabled in the chat, so it might have been a link. Yeah, wanted sample libraries are made. This is a quick sample library. This is when I sample something. So this is like a one-shot sampler. So when I'm using that Casio, it's going to play the same sound every time. The really fancy sample libraries, you would make round robins, which is when you make multiple instances of the same sound. So if you were doing like an analog synth, or if you were doing like a guitar or something like that, you would play the same note over and over again, and it's just soul crushing, very time consuming. In this case, I'm going to call this harp. I'll call it herp. Fine. F. What is that first one? I guess that's like a F2. Okay, so we're gonna call it herp underscore F2, and copy that because we're gonna name all of these. That's A3. This is C sharp, or I guess, yeah, C sharp 3, F3, A4, C sharp 4, F4, A5, B, C, I think. Yeah. C5. Okay. So these are the samples. This is how I make sample libraries. I'm not sure how other people do it. I make regions out of them, and I make sure everything else is muted, not being used, right? That way I don't render out all the other stuff. And then I just render I go to the, shoot, what is it? Control R, cancel. I need to go to the region render matrix, and I just want all of these from the master mix. I think this is the same settings I had on the other one. So now it's going to do render from region render matrix, 48 channel stereo. This is the same way I had it. Cool. Render 9 files. Okay, that's good to go. And now we need to go, let's just go back to I need to load some instances of contact, so my mic's going to get cut for like a minute. Wait, I guess it loaded really fast. That was great. Okay. Herp. No. Herp. New instrument. Far SK-1. Herp. This is fun. So then we just go to mapping editor. We pull these in. These are not organized correctly. They didn't save in the right way. Shoot. I'll just do it manually real quick. So A3, A4, A5, C sharp 3. Wait, what? I did that wrong. It doesn't matter. C sharp 4, C5, F2, F3, F4. Then if I highlight all of these, why is this not working? I don't know why it's not working. I'm gonna look at the chat. It's the only answer ever. Wait, there's multiple. Doing math to figure out my age. I'm 33. I turned 34 this year. Way more involved than when I sample stuff. This is too involved. You should do so you can do samples like this with a one shot basically. So anyone that's watching that wants to make their own sampler, you might as well just drag one sound in and spread it across the entire like field. I just like to use different samples so that I have some semblance of difference between notes. And basically, I don't know why this wasn't working, but I spread these samples around to where they, I mean, these actually should probably be, something's wrong with this. This is like, this is too many. This isn't good. What have I done? These should be pulled down. A few octaves, I think. And then this goes there. And this goes up to maybe C7. Something like that, that's fine. Second secret massive here. Younger than me. Shake your cane at you. I need it. A cane. I think that would be delightful. But anyway, yeah, you can see this is like, I have to pay attention and listen and focus on it, and it ends up being really bad for making the stream entertaining. So I'm going to keep going because this is fun. We're already here. Let's just make it work. So I'm going to go in the wave editor and find a loop position that works for each one. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm finding that the back and forth loops seem to work the best for these samples. That's not necessarily ideal, but it's not bad. And what I'll do is I'll look for a zero crossing to make these loops a little bit cleaner. And we're going to do that for each one. So just picking a spot. I'm also thinking I might cut off that attack. It's a little bit bothersome. So let's see here. I feel like this is a perfect place for me to be hiding my work. I'm still doing it. I promise. Clowning around. So I like to just pick a spot that looks like it's gonna work for each of these. I I wish you could do this like automatically, but each sample's different, so you kind of need to pick different positions for each one anyway. And it's just generally really time consuming. I actually like doing this type of stuff more than I like making music most of the time. So there's that. Okay. All done here. And now we're going to look for some zero crossings. That looks fine, actually. I just want to make sure we don't have anything that's like too horrible. That one's pretty bad. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. Nope, not a chance. That'll be fine. And sometimes in some of these situations, you'll want to crossfade them. So we could pull up a crossfade. I think this one's probably going to be fine without the crossfade. I'm going to slap a reverb on it. I've got like the same reverb that I like going through all of these. So yeah, the transient takes a great deal of time to load up. Let me show you what I mean. You can see that my key press is way earlier. I just saw the chat, and I need to cover that secret lab. I'm not going to advertise for this chair company. Also, wow, look at all those gray hairs coming in. I haven't shaved in a long time. So I'm going to put the keyword up here so we can kind of see how long that decay is. And what I want to do to combat that, not the decay, the attack rather, is I want to adjust the start time. I actually think I might want it there. I'm a little bit worried that's going to mess it up and make it sound less harp-like, but actually I like it more. I'm going to just remove that weird Casio thing. I think what happens is the internal mic on the Casio is like recording the button press of the sampler button. Like it's like that first sound is the release of the button press. So I feel like that's what's going on. Again, we could make these loops happen in the Casio, but we don't have control over the crossing, so it would take like a million tries to get them perfect. And I prefer the idea of making them good on the first time. Oh, that's much better. Everything sounds like a horn with enough distortion on it. But there we have it. That's like essentially a pretty decent instrument. I think we could actually adjust the envelope a little bit. Let's do decay real quick. Sustain. Maybe by adding a quick envelope, it'll sound more like a harp. Yeah, I think that's actually better. The attack is going to be like a few milliseconds because I'm like slicing into the middle of the sample. And now I think this is pretty good actually. Yeah, it's like a weird, crappy Casio harp. I love it. That means that it's time to I guess save it. I'm gonna take my files off into the other monitor because I don't know what I've got on my computer. FR SK-1 herp save. Okay. FR SK-1 herp samples. Yeah, it's all here. Awesome. Okay, well there it is. I just made that, and I'll have to make that. I'll put that up on my website. We made a sample library together. That was delightful. And now I should be able to use this for something. Oh, we're already here in the same project. Okay, I hated some of that, but I loved some of it. These wanted to be the same notes, and for some reason I didn't play the same notes. Okay. Let's hear this. Something like this might be better. Mess that up. Nice. Okay, there's my harp line. I'll probably quantize that and stuff later, but look at that. Easy as that. Easy as pie. All right, let me check the chat over here. Close up. Yeah, Rab, I've got a keyboard cam. It's not actually a keyboard cam. It's this. I just shifted it and moved it around in the old OBS. I also have another one that you're gonna love. This is the best one ever. Anyway, here we are back in this project file, and in fact, it says, I bet it feels so much better recording MIDI instead of audio for this stuff. I actually prefer recording audio. Maybe that's a spicy take, but I will go so far as to do stuff like this sometimes. I'll make an extra track and record output. And do stuff like this. And now I have this track soloed as audio, and I just really prefer being able to see the waveform and use standard fade like moves to make like really big like sweeping changes to stuff. Stuff like I've got this button, it's a custom action button here to reverse stuff. This is a really cool effect. This is stuff like that you can't really do with MIDI. So like I do that all the time, and I really prefer working with audio, which is why I have stuff like this. these synths over here. You just end up with you end up having different ideas. And MIDI is good when you're writing, I think, because you can go back and say like, oh, I didn't mean to play that, like what I just did over here, when I just like fixed some stuff. And audio is great for when you're actually like finishing your product. I feel like there's just so much more like power. You can just grab it and move it around. For the same reasons I do. Some of you may have noticed like this is like a whole new world here, but I've got stuff like this over here. And I'll show you what this does too. If I make a track for it, I think that it's input. Shoot, I should probably know what inputs it is. Something like that maybe. And cool. Yeah. So if I go ahead and I should show you what I'm doing here. So I've got this track recorder arm. This is the yellow box on my desk. And let's go back to the overhead. And I'll show you what this does. It's delightful. So that's the yellow box on my desk. And it's basically just echo, reverb, stuff like that I can manage by hand and end up with something like this. This is the solo output of that. So right there, I've raised the reverb level, so you're hearing more of the reverb. And then at the end, I just really messed up the quality of it by changing the speed really fast. And it's delightful. It's a really cool effect, I think. And it's sometimes when you want those types of weird warping effects, it's just having your hands on a control feels really good. And eventually I just determined that was the thing that I wanted. So I explored options and figured out how to set it up. And again, that's just the MIDI sequence that I played. That's the audio from the MIDI instrument, getting fed through an external output, fed into. I don't know if you can see this actually. Yeah, you see all these cables back here. So I've got 2 ins and 2 outs, and then this one over here is the power supply. So it's just a bunch of crap. And it's just you can do so much cool stuff when you're working with hardware in that way, which I think is just absolutely delightful. And what do we got here? Yes. Yeah, it's like an analog. It's an analog controls for a digital delay. This is an analog model delay. The actual unit that this is a model of is they turn up on. Let me see here. Actually, I'm gonna go shopping here on the stream real quick for you. Okay, here we go. So this is why I have that digital echo unit. Because I don't want to buy this it's on sale for $1,000 off. But they're pretty sweet. They essentially have like a drum, like that it records the thing and then the drum spins, and when it gets back to the previous position, it plays the sound pack. Absolutely unreasonable, but they sound so good. We're not buying that. We're not spending $5,000 tonight. I do that very rarely, and I've told myself that I won't do that on stream because I don't like feeling the pressure to spend money when people are entertained by it. So I think that this thing is gonna need to get quantized here. And when you quantize MIDI, just mini pro tip, these are working with 8 notes, I think. I like to set the strength to not 100, to preserve a little bit of the original performance. I think it ends up being a bit better that way. I'm actually going to grab all of this stuff and glue it together and do that same thing. I'm just going to quantize this stuff to, 84-ish%, something like that. Something like this, same deal. I think I did 100% there. I didn't mean that. Something like that. I'm just going to essentially random values on all of these to get them like basically just like the equivalent of if I recorded audio and edited the performance carefully afterward, just to get them sounding a little bit closer to where I want them to be. And let's just listen to the difference there. Oh, Gnarl E Coyote. I'm using this thing. It's a Strymon Volante. I'll type that in the chat. So it's still not cheap, but it's a lot less than even $1,000, let alone $5,000. Totally unreasonable. And if you want to know why that's why those Benson Echo Recs are so expensive, it's because of Pink Floyd. They used to use a Benson Echo Rec for like each instrument. So like the guitar would run through a Benson Echo Rec, the vocal would run through a Benson Echo Rec, the backup vocal would run through a Benson Echo Rec, the synthesizer would run through a Benson Echo Rec, and it was like they'd have Benson Echo Recs for fucking everything, and it's just like this completely obsolete unit that sounds beautiful. It really does sound beautiful, but it's an obsolete design. And even Benson made a smaller format version of it at some point that sounds, I think, just as good. But a lot of the features on it aren't really editable. Like they're you'd have to like go in with a screwdriver to change the tape speed, for example, and to change the echo rate. Like you can't do a lot of the tricks with them, which is unfortunate. It's not worth it to me that it sounds a tiny bit better. Like spending an extra $4,500 to not be able to adjust the tape speed and to have it sound a little bit better when you're in the room with it, but once it gets into the recording, not quite. So it's kind of like a piece of legacy equipment. The same way that these things, I've been seeing these lists for $6,000 or $7,000. It's like they're not worth that much money. Don't buy a mini mug for $7,000. They're just like they stopped making them, and the price just went through the sky. It's one of those things where I like it enough to not sell it, but I still kind of feel like I should, because it's like they're selling for so much more than I bought the damn thing for. But yeah. Yeah, in fact, Dad, you said you're pretty young, so I mean, $100 or $200 is it's a lot when you're younger, and when you're like 30 or 40, it's like $5,000 is like it's not even a car. So that's the cool thing. Like people say you're like they're in their 20s and they're like worried about their 30s. Your 30s are just your 20s with more money. I don't make a ton of money, but the fact of the matter is that you stabilize at some point and you get to the point where you can figure out how much money you don't need to spend and how much money you do need to spend, and that the money you don't need to spend just sort of adds up over time, and you're like, oh, I can buy this stupid toy for $500 and not feel like shit about it. And it just takes effort to get to that point. It's worth it though. Let's add the burp. I feel like that didn't add as much as I hoped it would. Let's put it over here. I don't think I want that. I was kind of liking that. Ooh, you know what I saw? Does anyone know if Reaper has retrospective record? I'm gonna look that up in the actions. I keep seeing stuff in Cubase that makes me want to switch to Cubase. I think Cubase might be the best DAW, not Reaper. It's just way more expensive, and so far I haven't found anything that it does that Reaper can't do. But if Reaper doesn't have retrospective record, that's tempting. So Cubase has a feature that's record that thing that you did like a minute ago, which is like, whoa, that's really kind of a cool feature. If you were just messing around and you're like, and you played random notes and it sounded good, like it's like a save point or something like that. But there's this feature to record the thing that you just did, which is, I think, really awesome. Anyway, I liked the concept of what I played, so I'm going to just I'm going to draw it in because I can't play at the speed that I want to play because I don't have a part. So we are going to do this. And let's go ahead. Where am I playing? Okay, there's our starting pitch. That's weird. The high notes on this patch don't sound like they're in the same key. Something like this. With a slight difference. I'm trying to match the chords. Whoops. Let's do that. I should be doing this with step record, which is where you play like next note and it moves the cursor position as you go. I don't have it set up to do it easily here, do I? Is this gonna work? Whoops. I didn't move the cursor. I forgot what the last chord was. It was that one. I skipped a chord. This should be a G, I think. Not a C. Let's hear this. Okay, that's what I want. Yeah, back into step record. I think that's it. That step record feature, like I said, it just records the next note that you play, which is kind of nice. That's the only time that I've ever used it. Like, there was like a moment there where I was just like, this would be great if I had step record. Oh wait, I have step record. So let's hear what that sounds like and see if it feels good. I'm gonna play it from back here and catch up on the chat and get a glass of water. So I love it. I feel like that should. Yeah. I love it. That harp is great. I'm gonna have to put that up on my site, along with the other samples. Yeah. I feel weird because it's like I put them all up as a package, and I feel like I need to make like 20 more now and make another package of like 24 samples. And I think that's ridiculous. I'll probably just update it, and I don't have any. I've never distributed anything other than music through like Bandcamp and stuff like that. So I actually don't know if there's a way to like see how many downloads there are or who's downloaded it before. Maybe I'll make a separate file for like a patch where it's like, here's stuff that's new that I've added to it. So if you already download it at this date, then this other stuff is new. I'll make the harp. I think I promised for the piano. This sound. Yep. Okay, and then Colin says, I think it would be fun to do an Erang sample pack. I'm going to do an Erang. I actually don't know how to say his name. Sample pack video. I am going to do that, and I might even make contact instruments out of those samples. I'll probably ask for permission before doing that, or see if he wants to put them on his website. But my likely approach to using a sample pack like that is just dropping them in contact. And I see people talking about this actually. So why don't we talk about it? All 9 of us in here, which I think is the amount of viewers right now. Which is actually, that's maybe like, I never have 9 viewers. That's awesome. It's usually like 5 or 6. So thanks for sticking around. My little contact button. Contact is like the only plugin that I use anymore. Because it's like a one-stop shop. If you're working with MIDI, it's just better than other stuff. Which one of these should I use? I'll use one of mine. I'll use this one. This one's also on my website. I think this is a really cool one. You'll recognize it from my Story from Another Time, I think is the album this is on. It's like all over it. Oh, it's so loud. I'm going to turn that down, actually. Oh. So the difference between Contact Player and Contact Full version is that Contact Full version lets you basically use like the entire NI production suite in here. So I can go like filters. Let's do a low pass 4-pole. And then we'll go in and put some distortion. Let's put the distortion first. So it's like a whole ass production suite. Some send effects. Maybe we could send to a flanger. Just absolutely wonderful. I feel like I've got a. Let's do this one's like the best transient master. So anyway, all kinds of fun stuff you can do in that. And on top of that, I'm not going to save this. We can go ahead and make a new instrument. And we can be like, we can resample any of this stuff. What should we sample? You know what we can do? Let's do a... or actually... I'm going to sample both of those at the same time. So playing in an octave. This right here, I guess, would be... You know what? I've never done this before. Does this work? No, it doesn't. So I guess what I need to do then is take this sample and thing there, make a region solo. I'm gonna put this on I don't know where to put it, but I can't change sample rate while I'm on stream because I'll have to restart contact. And we're going to put it, I don't know why I'm just stuck here. We're going to put it here. Same place we're putting the other ones. Piano. And render entire project. I need my region render matrix. Only region I've got. Region render matrix. All project regions, one file. Okay, that's gonna be working now. Okay. That's a lot of stuff to show how cool contact is, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think that was an A somewhere, and we can just tell this to spread it across the entire. Instrument. Why is this not working? I think that I'm on a wrong MIDI channel or something. I don't want to deal with troubleshooting it, so I'm just going to start over. A something. So who knows why that's not working. It's a real audio file. I wonder if there's a reason for this. We can see that it's there. We can see that there's a wave. Doesn't make any sense. So this is exactly why I love using the Reaper sampler, because I guarantee you this isn't going to be a problem with the Reaper sampler. But it is, right? That means something's soloed. God damn it. Don't you just love it when you just have a track soloed and didn't realize it? On stream in front of thousands. Well, okay, like 5 people, 10 people. Okay, let's do this again. Cool. Oh my God, Infected, you're completely right. I should totally separate it into the drum pack. I mean, I have it separated in my own session, right? Default sounds, weird pitch samples, weird percussion samples. Like, it's obvious, but I needed someone in chat to tell me about it for me to realize it. Thank you for that. I think that I will probably do that over the course of this week. In the meantime, I'm going to play the Furfur special, the like crappy piano. And I think that I want to explore some editing here. I like that transient master. Give it some tap. There we go. Let's do an EQ. Are there filters on this EQ? Nice soft piano. Ooh, that's cool. It like makes the aliasing loud when you have that up there. I'm gonna send it through a reverb. Is there a hull? Do I need some? I don't have any IRs in here. Yeah, okay, here we go. Nope, don't like it. We're going to send it to a plate reverb like I always do. Sounds like an old LucasArts adventure game. Hey Nikolai, thanks for stopping by. Check out this new thing that I've got in the stream. Whoops, I'm clicking on the wrong stuff. I've got too many scenes now. I guess I need a scene manager button. I'm gonna put a where this Casio is right now. I think this is gonna end up being like a touch screen right in here, and the touch screen will be during streams probably a scene manager, but off of streams, the reason for a touch screen in music production is these buttons up here. All this stuff in the upper left-hand corner, I want that to be like touch screen. That would be so cool. Having stuff like reversing button, super mega button, etc., etc. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Let me show you this track that I'm working on here, and maybe we can fit this piano into it somehow. I don't think it's going to work for this track, but Let me just do a couple more things. I'm gonna give it more of like a something like that. The plate reverb is going to have less return, something like that. And considering a quick delay, dry, wet, down a little bit. Something like that, maybe. I think that sounds pretty good. And let's see what happens if I play that. These high notes are really funny. Little tinkles. Anyway, I don't think I like that, but I'm going to play the song back. And yeah, we have been streaming for an hour and a half, and we are going to stop because I have some more stuff to do tonight before I go to sleep. Oh, check this out. See this region up here? Delete all regions. Just delightful. Super useful. I'm going to play back what I've got so far and then catch up with the chat, and we're going to call it a night, I think. Thanks. Kyrandia soundtrack is a huge compliment. That's a wonderful OST. And also, if anyone is like watching this and is not aware yet, I feel like I've said it a million times. All of these sounds, except for these bottom two that I made on the stream, are available as a download on my website. That's linked in the description of this video. I feel like that should be the harp. Yeah. That harp is fantastic. Oh. Bauruk, you just made it to the end of the stream. I just told everyone I was leaving. I'm gonna cry now. Oh, you see me about to cry. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Oh, in fact, that I love that you're freestyling leads to this, and you have all of the samples up, and you already downloaded them. This is great. F major 7. Yeah, the F major 7 would go really well over this first part. That sounds fantastic. And Nikolai says, Frank Klepak, he sounded a lot like typical Dungeon Synth. And favorite video game composer. You know, the harp sound we made on the stream, Baruch. I made that on the Casio SK-1. Which is not that synth. I've got a thing labeled synth, but then there's the other one that's this guy right here, and it's off, so I lost the sample. Shoot. Yeah. So, I only have it here, and it's called Herp, and I'll put it up on my website. All the other ones are available in the description of the video. There's a link to my website, and I have them up as a free download. So you need Contact Player or Contact full version to use them, but they should all work. And everything but this harp, unfortunately. I'm gonna put the harp up sometime this week, and I will probably make another video like letting everyone know like, hey, what's going on. I'm also like, I've decided I'm intent on giving the Casio away. So this is going to get like raffled off to people on my channel who want to be involved. I'll have to make that pretty clear. I'll probably make a couple of videos about it, but this will get raffled off. I'm hoping it goes to someone that can make some samples. And if you don't know how to use Contact or want to make Contact instruments out of it, I can give you instructions and you can send them to me, and I'll make your samples into Contact instruments too. I would actually love to see it get passed around a bunch of times, but if you want to keep it and you win it, I totally understand. And I just want to hear someone else make music with this because I've been having a blast with it. It's just so fun. Expect an album or at least an EP or two using this from me before I make that, but it'll probably be like in the next month or so. I tend to work pretty fast, and as you can see, I've already got like 25 instrument presets that I've made with it, and I like working from Contact more for this type of a sound because I just don't like these small keyboards. You can see how big my hand is in comparison to the keyboard on it, and it just sort of bugs me. I've got obviously a lot of space on the table for the big keyboards, and I just use this one a lot to control other stuff and do stuff like that instead. So I'm looking into giveaways, Nicolay, and different places have different laws relating to giveaways, which I think is really interesting. I guess it makes sense, but basically it becomes gambling if I start offering more chances to win based on certain things. So it sort of becomes gambling if you say like, oh, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter and donate to this cause, you get 3 extra entries. Like that sort of becomes gambling, and it becomes a gray area, and it suddenly becomes illegal in a lot of places. So I'd have to limit the giveaway to like certain states within the United States or something like that. And I kind of want to make it so that I can give it away to anyone in the world. I just need to look into it a little bit more before I set it up and make sure that I'm like allowed to have a giveaway where I send something to Japan or Russia or South America or something like that. And I really hope I can do that because I think it would be really cool to have it end up on the other side of the world. Even though the shipping will be like expensive. I think it's worth it. I think it's cool. I wouldn't be doing a giveaway if I was worried about how much it would cost to do the giveaway because I already bought this damn thing. But the Casio, I don't know if it has MIDI in. Nope, no MIDI. Got to record this stuff the old-fashioned way. And the favorite video game composer question. So I think I have a few. I think my favorite video game soundtrack is Final Fantasy VII. I feel like that's probably kind of a cliche answer, but it's just so good. If you've heard my band King Gorm, the instrumentation in that band is based on Final Fantasy VII. It's like the boss music in that. It's like organ, strings, synthesizer, electric guitar, just one electric guitar, bass guitar, and a drum kit. And it's like, when I was a kid and I heard that, I'm like, this is the coolest band in the world. And I found out Nobuo Uematsu does like the Black Mages, which is a band where he plays the Final Fantasy music, which is really cool. But I don't like the equipment that he's using for that. The videos are like, I don't quite get the experience. I'm never going to get to see them live. He's getting old, man. He's a lot of people are saying that Fantasian, the new game he just scored that just came out like this month, is going to be his last full score, which is really sad because he's one of my favorites. But yeah, he's probably my favorite video game composer. Oh man, the Doom soundtracks are incredible. They're so good, and the sound design in Doom is really good too. Yeah, the original one's great, and Mick Gordon's soundtrack for the reboot's great. Just really fantastic. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming by. This has been a really fun stream tonight. I was just going to go for an hour and a half, and we're already out at an hour 45 because of the herp derp. But yeah, this harp sound is, that'll go up. Comment on the video later if you think of something else that you want to hear sampled through this. Because if I'm putting the harp on my website, I don't really want to upload just one sample library. I'd rather do a few more. I was thinking the harp, maybe I could do an electric guitar. Maybe like a choir, like resample a choir through it would be cool. I was gonna do a clash of swords, so maybe like a sound effect or like a one of these types of things sampled through the Casio could be cool. Just like generic like AAA sound design. I love these things, but they're like just too hi-fi for most situations. Like if you aren't working with a Hollywood film or like, you know, like Rockstar Games or something like that, doing sound design, it's just too much. So yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for coming by. Thank you, and that and oh, cool. I'm glad one of his students is doing FF14. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, his music is just gonna live on forever. Those games are gonna get rebooted until the end of time, and they've been everyone's done justice for those pieces of music. The original versions I think are great. He did a great job selecting the general MIDI sounds in PlayStation, and the reboot did a phenomenal job of bringing them to life with the orchestra. And you know, a lot of bands do a great job covering the rock songs from the arrangements. All of it is just so good. Yeah, those samples are like they're basically I'll show you this real quick before I go. I know I said I'm going to go, but whatever. They're basically like cinematic, like trailer sounds, and they're phenomenal, right? They're just like the best things ever. Boom, flamethrower SFX. So it's just, you know, I've got like terabytes of these things. It's just good to have because every once in a while, you know, you want like a transition in your song to be extremely dramatic. And you go, oh, you know what would be good here? Fucking flamethrower. And you just do stuff like that. It's wonderful. Yeah, Nicolay, actually, since I got you on here before I go, what time zone are you in? What time is it right now for you, and what's the time that usually works for you? Because I'm doing streams. I'm trying to commit to this time, so 1 to 2 hours to me what is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock at night, 8 p.m. But I'm trying to add a second stream time. So if there's a time that works for people on the other side of the world, that's really what I want to do, and what I want to make it happen. But we need some. Let's go through a few more of these before I turn it off. This is fun. Ugh. These gross me out. I guess that's the point, right? Oh, this is gonna be good. These are so lit. Oh man. So Russia, 747 right now. God damn it, France. Oh my God, infected. Go to bed. I'm gonna get off of here. 5:48. Y'all are crazy. Why are you all watching my stream right now? That's amazing. So I'll do one. What if I start doing my time Sundays in the morning? Maybe like I don't know. I'll do like noon my time or like 11 a.m. That'll probably be like sort of average nighttime for people in other parts of the world. We'll try it. I'll try it and see what happens. Um, hey Billy, I'm about to log off, but that's a great question. Um, my answer is that if you already play guitar and you already learned on a left-handed, absolutely. Otherwise, absolutely not. The guitar industry has invented left-handed instruments. There's no such thing as a left-handed piano, left-handed violin, left-handed flute. They're like you use both hands the same amount. I would say that you're actually at an advantage on a guitar if you're learning for the first time and you're playing a right-handed guitar and you're left-handed, because you do more work, more of the fine detail work on your left hand actually on guitar. So if you're right-handed and you learn guitar, you're learning to be ambidextrous, and if you're left-handed and you learn guitar, you're learning to be ambidextrous. So if you haven't started yet, I say get a right-handed guitar. Anyway, I will see you all later. Party on. Thanks for coming by, and